and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Episode number 20, the big... Well, that's your job.
What? It's a big episode.
To say the number, like...
Yeah.
20, right?
Big 20, yo. That's like we've hit the double digits, but now we're like getting there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like we already had 10, now we're hitting 20.
Growing hair on our chest.
I know, dude. It's like we're raising a baby.
We are.
Me and you, Cheese.
This baby is becoming an adult.
Co-parenting's kind of hard though. I don't know how like parents do it, you know. Me and Cheese.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes we get in arguments, you know.
Facts. I mean, like, it's just like you want to get along with your what should I call you?
Husband.
Yeah, podcast husband.
Podcast husband.
Sometimes me and Jack fucking hate each other. We're starting our own podcast. Bye. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. But anyways, thanks for sticking with us for 20 episodes. It really means a lot. Today we have a very special guest. We've been wanting him on for a while. Grant, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Grant.
Yeah, Grant Riden. Grant's been a longtime friend of ours. We've been friends since like
9th grade.
Ninth grade, and we've you moved here from California.
Yep.
And we first day you were there, I thought you were pretty cool. You know, rest is history. You want to introduce yourself a little bit?
All right. So my name's Grant Riden. Lived here for about like 4 years now. Moved here from California. Before that, I was in Jersey. Actually, not too far from here, up by Flemington.
Nice.
Don't do much. Just a firefighter, EMT, and then on the side, I do a little like medical teaching, aka I help proctor EMT classes.
Nice. That's cool. So like, that's your main job. Like that's what you do for work.
Yeah. So firefighting's volunteer in Bucks County, but EMT I get paid to do that.
Nice. How'd you come about that? Like how'd you start? You know, I think that's a very big step to become, be putting your life at risk and taking other people's, having other people's lives in your hands, doing, rescue work and stuff like that. How'd you start?
Funny story. So like the third day I lived in Pennsylvania, we were at a bar and my dad was drinking. I was eating food. normal day. And so I hear this super loud noise and I'm like, the earth is about to just explode. And it's a fire alarm because right next door is the local fire department. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That seems pretty cool to do. And at the time, I just wanted to be in the military. I had no aspiration to do like anything in the first responders scene.
Yeah.
But my dad told me, yo, you should try to do that. And as I was thinking about it, it pondered me. So I got online and I looked up my local fire department. And I looked up the age requirement was 16 and I was 14 at the time. So it was kind of discouraging. But then I went to a different fire company and I looked up their age requirement was only 14. So I signed up, applied, and then they voted me in. First day of school in Pennsylvania for me. It was a big day.
Oh, wow.
First day of school in Pennsylvania, and then 3 hours after school, I got voted into the fire company being a junior firefighter. Big day.
Must have been a good day.
Yeah, it sounds like a good and a bad, like first day of school, it's usually dreadful, but then, it's a pretty big thing getting voted. Yeah.
Not knowing anybody was kind of nerve-wracking, but I was like, I'm not worried about that. I'm focused on getting into this fire company. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
So what made your family decide to move from California to here?
My dad's work.
Just kind of relocated and stuff.
Yeah.
So is that so you said you grew up in New Jersey?
Yeah.
And then did you move out to California because of your dad's job?
Yeah, both moves because of my dad's job.
Okay. That's cool. So do you like obviously you've been in PA for like 4 years, but do you like it here compared to California? It's a big difference.
Yeah, it's actually, my opinion has changed wildly in the 4 years I've lived here. So right when I moved here, I was like, I didn't like California. I didn't like it at all. It wasn't my scene. And here I can branch out and be more of myself, being a firefighter, doing a lot more activities outside, doing a lot more stuff that's what I like. And as each year came, the weather in California you can't beat. It's perfect every day. Even if it's like a hot day, it's a perfect hot day.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a cold day, it's a perfect cold day. all the weather there is just perfect.
Yeah, just like the weather and the scenery and all that, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're in California.
SoCal. So a little bit south of in Orange County, but the southern part. So I was like a half an hour to 45 minutes away from San Diego.
Nice.
And then I was like 15 to 30 minutes from Irvine, which is central Orange County.
That's cool. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you miss it?
I definitely do. I definitely miss that weather. I miss the scene because it was like California was like a community in itself. Like everybody was chill, everybody was laid back.
Mm-hmm.
I could go from Sacramento, everybody would be nice, chill, vibing, and down to San Diego, everywhere in between, everybody was vibing, and everybody was the same atmosphere, same level. Everybody was chill.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like, it's also such a big state. There's almost like different subcultures within it.
Oh, yeah.
Like the SoCal is kind of like the surfers, like the nomad vibe.
Yeah, the Nomad. We're actually at Nomad right now. I don't know if you can tell or if we haven't mentioned it, but so
we're here.
I think we're gonna start recording a lot more here at Nomad in the back. It's a pretty cool space.
Pretty dope setup.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, for allowing us to come here and record. It's pretty cool, but so very California's very nomadic.
Yeah, but then like, it's so crazy, like the weather too, like up north it's like snowing, right? Like,
yeah, there's a funny saying, like, you can go from snowboarding in the early morning to surfing at the end of the day, all in one day.
Yeah.
It's just the way California is. I can't think of any other place in the world that you can do that, and it's pretty cool.
So,
it's incredible.
Have you been out there since you moved?
I unfortunately have not. We were thinking about going back there around 2019 to 2020, but then there was some medical issues in my family, so we held back, and then coronavirus hit, and so we delayed it.
Yeah, can't blame you.
Do you plan on moving back out there?
Not there, but I want to move close to there. So maybe Arizona or Idaho. I want to be. I like the East Coast because it's where I'm from. It's where it's built me to the person who I am. But West Coast is.
You just miss it.
Yeah, it's unbeatable weather.
So like, you want to live out in Idaho, Arizona. I mean, I think I know what you want to do, but I feel like you should open up on what you want to do when you're older, like for a living, because a lot of people would find it very interesting.
Oh yeah. So I've had my life planned out for many years since I was 10. So after high school, I have a ROTC scholarship to Penn State. It will be in the Marine branch, so I'll be coming out as second lieutenant in the Marines, and I'll be serving 6 years active as a Marine, and then I was thinking in that 6 years I might hopefully join up with MARSOC, which is the Marine Special Forces, and I'll become a Marine Raider. And then after my 6 years are up, I'm actually dropping out of the Marines. I'm going to enlist in the Navy, and I'm going to go straight from MARSOC to DevGru, which is Navy Special Forces, and hopefully get into Navy SEAL class, and hopefully end goal is to be on SEAL Team 6, which is the highest level from all the SEAL teams.
High bar.
Yeah, you're shooting for the stars.
Highest, the toughest training in the world.
I like that.
Yeah, but they say sky's the limit, right?
Yeah.
That is true.
What like, obviously that's not, like, that's a hard, like, that's hard.
It is hard.
And that's like it's time consuming. I mean, what you said you're active duty in the Marines for what, 6 years?
6 years.
And then obviously once you said you're gonna drop out of the Marines, go to the Navy. How long will that be for?
I'll continue the rest of my career in the Navy, and probably as long as I'm not killed or morbidly injured to the point that I can't serve, I'm gonna stay in there until I get honorably discharged.
Nice. So, what motivates you? What inspired you to do that? Because that's a big goal.
So, I'm very patriotic, but like when I was 10, we were doing something in school about 9/11, and we watched the videos of the Twin Towers crashing, and talking about it now and seeing it then, I get goosebumps, and it's an energy that I never really feel ever else except for then, and it's the drive to protect people who can't
protect themselves.
Yeah, can't protect themselves. It's the sheepdog mentality in the military. There's 3 types of people: sheeps, wolves, and sheepdogs. Sheep can't protect themselves. Wolves prey on the sheep, and the sheepdogs do any means necessary to stop the wolves from injuring the sheep. And I live with that philosophy, and that just, it gets me goosebumps. It gets me this energy that I never feel anywhere else.
Yeah, man.
Yo, he actually has goosebumps right now. Like when he brought up goosebumps, I went and looked at his arm, and he dead ass has goosebumps. So, for anybody wondering at home, yeah, he's legit about this, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, fucking goosebump sensor.
Yeah.
You gotta put it on you. But yeah, man. I mean, being that passionate about the Marines, Navy, military in general, I feel like that's what they need, because I feel like sometimes people go into it kind of just for, I don't know, like the workout, like just like they don't really know what's in it. I feel like you've done your research and you've served like the community enough that like you kind of know like what you're getting into.
There's a lot of reasons to join the military, and I don't say any of them are wrong. You're going to a higher cause, and whether you went for financial help or because you need a job out of high school or you want to do it till you die like me, all the reasons are good because they're all going towards the military, which is helping defend and protect the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But the way my mentality in serving, that personally is what someone in the special forces needs.
Yeah.
Because I have many friends that have came out of SEALs, Marine Raiders, and Army Green Berets. I know a lot of men who came out, and their mentality is the same mentality that I had when I was 10 years old, the same mentality I have now. It's a mentality that you need going in to pass any training that requires you laying in the ocean for hours on end, freezing cold water, not feeling your toes, not feeling your hands, constant pain.
Like you're willing to do that.
Yeah, you have to be willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. So like how have you are you part of a JROTC program right now?
Right now I'm not part of a JROTC. I did a lot of research in 9th grade, and I wanted to open up a unit in Central Bucks School District, but unfortunately Marines, Navy funding could not support a unit in the Bucks County area.
Yeah, so what have you been doing? How do you prepare yourself for that big of a goal right now? You know what I mean? Because obviously you can't join the Marines, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how old are you? You 18 yet?
17.
Okay, so you can't join right now, and obviously you're going off to college, but like, how do you prepare yourself now so that you're ready?
I do my research. As I said, I have a lot of friends that did special forces, and I use them as a mentor. They train me the same exact way that they were trained, and they do not hold back. I go PT with them, and they will do exactly what their drill sergeants did to them. They will yell at me, scream at me. They will be transparent with me on what are the requirements, and I'm willing to waste my time getting in ice baths, freezing my tail off.
Yeah.
Doing push-ups nonstop, to doing burpees till I throw up, and after throwing up, want to do more burpees. And other things are good if you want to get into this, and you don't have an outlet like JROTC, is just doing your research and then going off on your own and training. So like, CrossFit is the most or the closest thing to military training, which is body weight kind of moves, push-ups, pull-ups, air squats, and then rucksacking. You're going to be having packs on your back all the time, that kind of stuff. And doing that early and getting used to that will get you through basic training. And then if you want to go even harder, better things, it's different on the island, but it'll be the best chance you've got to getting through special forces training.
Yeah. So, and I feel like starting out with serving your community with the end goal of serving your country is like a good way to start out. I mean, I don't want to put words into your mouth, but I feel like you're definitely a firefighter because that kind of, the philosophy of doing that kind of correlates with what you want to do.
Yeah. Firefighting was a blessing in disguise. Getting on that fire truck, hearing those sirens and going to a fire gives me the same goosebumps that I had when I saw the 2 Twin Towers fall. It gives me this energy of helping people, going through insane circumstances and coming out, helping people that are in desperate need.
Yeah.
It fires me up, and it also gives me extensive training under pressure, training in extreme conditions, because you're going to be in a hot building, you're wearing 60 pounds of gear, carrying a 20-pound tool. Then if you have to carry hose line in, which is another 10, 15 pounds, it's a lot, and your adrenaline's pumping, you're getting a hell of a workout.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And then the tactical training I get from becoming an EMT and having a medical background, which will help me become a combat medic in special forces, to having training with radios, understanding radio communication, having clear, concise radio talk, and knowing advanced techniques of using the radios to relay messages or information that's necessary to make a tactical decision, whether it's on the fire ground or in the heat of battle. And other things like rope rescue, rappelling, water rescue, all these other things that can be implemented into the military. It's not the same as the military by any means, but it helps. It's
like a precursor of what's to come. And you said you're gonna stay in until you get honorably discharged. Is that usually when you're in like your 40s?
I think it varies from your MOS and your branch. It all varies, but whenever I am supposed to stop, or they force me to stop, is when I'll stop.
Yeah. And like, if you ever get out of the military and are still like able to obviously serve the community, like, do you think you'll go back to firefighting or being an EMT?
I'll definitely continue volunteer firefighting and helping out the community as an EMT, but I would get either my go through the police academy and work my way up through the ranks and become SWAT or FBI.
Yeah, I like that. And then yeah, I mean, I guess there's so much you can do with that, really.
Yeah.
It's such an expansive field.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, you like a lot of working out and stuff. Like, do you work out a lot?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guns.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just had to clarify, you know?
Yeah.
So, when did you start working out? Like 12, right? When you were like 12?
10 or 12. I worked out when I did like sports. Like I did baseball, football, lacrosse, basketball. And then when I really thought about being in the military, I looked into it, and in basic training, you just do push-ups, pull-ups, dips, you run, you wake up early, you go to bed late, you just get tired. So that's what I did. I did pull-ups, I did push-ups, I did sit-ups, I ran, and I did squats, air squats.
A lot of like CrossFit type stuff, like
that's
you were
cool.
saying. You ever get into like lifting?
I used to lift because it was a good, like...
Stress reliever?
Yeah, it was a good stress reliever and an alternative to just body weight training. But I had a medical issue. When I was lifting, I dislocated my shoulder, and I didn't know it at the time. And it was like I never had dislocated my shoulder before, so I knew it was painful, but I didn't take the right action of going to the doctor and healing it. So I ended up having a severely inflamed tendon in my shoulder.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I can still lift, but at this point in my life, I'm not focused on lifting anymore, because that's not what Special Forces, none of the men that I know can lift or bench over 300 pounds or anything, but they can wake up at 2 a.m., go to bed at 1 a.m., and do that same work off 1 hour, half an hour of sleep, and do body weight stuff and carry 40, 50, 60 pounds on your back and go across mountain ranges for days on end.
Yeah.
What's your sleep schedule like?
Well, now it's normal, so I
yeah.
I used to do a insane, like I used to wake up at 4 and I used to do a workout then, but with getting paid to be an EMT, my job is I work on their hours, so I work around, or my sleep schedule works around them. So I sometimes right after school take a nap and then go to the station till 10 o'clock at night, or I right from school I go straight to the station, and then I get actually normal sleep around 10 or 11, and then sometimes I sleep at the station, which when I was 16 I wasn't able to do, but from station to station live-in programs vary. So when I turned 17 I had the opportunity and to sleep there, so I sleep there and I'm on call there.
What you doing?
I'm just checking the time. That's cool. So like firefighting's volunteer, right?
Yeah.
But EMT is like, that's your job.
Yeah, that's my job.
That's cool.
So like, you think you'll continue to do that like in college too? Like,
yeah,
if there's opportunities for it?
Yeah, so right now since I have that lockdown with ROTC in college, and Penn State's I'm going to Penn State, I reached out to the Penn State Fire Company. They're an Alpha Fire company. I reached out to them and I told them, hey, I'm going to be going here. Can I run with you guys? Since ROTC will take up my main time, I can only volunteer there as a firefighter / EMT.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be on top of doing ROTC in college. I'll be running at Penn State Fire Company on a volunteer basis.
Nice. So how'd you get connected with the ROTC program at Penn State?
So initially, I wanted to do go through the Naval Academy and do that, which is very prestigious and a very, very, very hard accomplishment. First, you have to have the right grades, you have to have the right extracurriculars, you have to have connections, you have to get a congressman to vouch for you for just to even get an interview with the Naval Academy. And the acceptance rate, I don't know what it is now, but it's very, very low. And I wanted to do that because it was like the hardest thing at the time that I could go for, and I was like, I'll do that. And grand scheme of things, I'm not by any means academically
like on the top.
Yeah. But I'm not lacking in the academic department, but I'm definitely not the Naval Academy tier, and I knew that, and I was dividing my time up more focused on trying to get into the Naval Academy than my firefighting and becoming an EMT. And I realized that if I just do ROTC out of college, I can come out a officer just like in the Naval Academy, and I can have time acquiring my EMT, and all these extra skills and certifications that I can carry with me coming into the ROTC program.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a better idea. I mean, not for everybody, like your situation at least. Like Penn State, I mean, I heard you have a pretty dope roommate.
Yeah.
Me and Grant will be rooming together at State.
Yep.
He'll probably be doing more productive shit than me on a Saturday morning, but it's all good.
Yeah. So what's that like though? Being in ROTC, like what do you do when you're in ROTC at college?
So ROTC at college, it's an officer program. So ROTC stands for Reserved Officer Training Corps. So I will be PTing with them at 6 in the morning. We'll be doing stuff from obstacle courses to just like team building exercises. Like sometimes we do like fun games, which is kind of
fun games.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to say because it's for the military, but it's a team building exercise to communicate. So like, good one is like dodgeball or good communication with your teams. So like ultimate frisbee is a good activity because you can communicate and plan different strategies to obviously win the game. And then there's other things like wearing your uniform on certain days, and then you have to take a special military science class, which they have a special guidance counselor for all the ROTC students, so they can incorporate the ROTC within the college schedule that you have. And then other things, you can apply for like extra activities outside of school. So like being security at football games, being security at volleyball games, being security at any like big event like mini-thon or thon. And you could be on a rifle team and compete with other ROTC colleges or units inside your college. You can join the color guard, so you can display the flag during football games and other events.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Back to like academics, like do you know what you want to major in yet, or still thinking about it?
I do want to major in electrical engineering, which is a math, which going into the military, they want you to have an engineering or a hands-on background, which engineering. But after like college, I'm gonna be in the military. I might use the engineering degree, but just for the military. And then after, I'm gonna be doing more of hands-on work.
Yeah. Like we talked about.
Yeah. So like, I will have a major in electrical engineering. How far I will take it in my professional career is really time will tell.
Yeah, that's cool. Why Penn State? What made you choose Penn State?
So both my sisters went to Penn State. One's still in, and then the one graduated on the day I got accepted to Penn State, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. Full circle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like one's going out, one's going in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
A Riden's always got to be at Penn State.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's close. I wasn't really. It never like dawned on me until I looked into their ROTC program, and their ROTC program is the most, or like one of the biggest and one of the most prestigious ones, other than the Naval Academy. But since I'm going into the Marine ROTC, there's no Marine college. There's no like naval academies for the Navy, West Points for the Army, Air Force academies for the Air Force. There's no Marine college.
Yeah.
So I think Penn State's Marine ROTC is kind of their level, or their
like the
highest, the best you can get.
And so did you apply do you have to apply for that ROTC program? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so first I went and I scheduled an appointment at Penn State with one of their just consultants with the ROTC program. And they talked to me about it. And it was actually the Navy consultant, and they just said that they talked about like what you kind of do, and then what an average day looks like, or day by day. So like Monday looks like this, Tuesday looks like this, so on and so forth. But they said that they only like PT together once a week, and it's on a Tuesday. And I was thinking to myself, that's it?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna come out an officer in the Navy, you're just PTing once a week, and it's like everything else is on you. Like the consultant said you can PT on your own time if you want, and I'm like, if I want, like I thought we were supposed to PT once a day, like.
Yeah.
Is PT physical training?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
Because I figured, but just make sure, you know what I mean?
All good.
Physical therapy.
Yeah.
Physical therapy.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I was thinking about like becoming an officer, but after that, I want to do special forces, and no, I'm not gonna get through special forces if I'm PTing once a week. Like, I need to be PTing once or twice a day, and that might not be even enough. So I was thinking about it, and so I talked to the Marine recruiter, which Marines are known to be the tough guys. They're the mentally toughest, the brute.
The few, the proud.
Oh yes, they've got at basic training level. They have the toughest physical training, the toughest boot camp you can go through, and even though I'm not going through boot camp, I'm going through the officer training. It still applies that I'll be getting pushed harder than the Navy, physically and mentally, and that's what I need. I don't need
one PT
a week, which might be just playtime. Like I need heavy
PT for playtime.
Yeah, I need hard stuff.
Yeah.
And Marines will get me there.
Nice. That's cool.
You don't want to go into the Marines like with only one PT a week or whatever. You don't want to go into special forces, I should say.
Yeah.
Not much.
You would get eaten alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So enough talking about like work. You work a lot. It sounds like you work a lot. Like
yeah.
But like, what do you do in your free time? Like, besides working out and researching your future career, what do you do in your free time?
I don't have a vast social life, but the social life I do have is
me and you will chill out.
Yeah, basically just
boys.
Yeah, hanging out once a week with my friends, and then the other is investing time into my truck, which is like my only like luxury thing in life is making my truck kind of a monster, and only because that's what on my free time I want to like overland, which is a type of camping where you use your truck or an SUV that's off-road capable, going off-road, being isolated from in the woods or in this desert and camp and just like be out of touch with society.
Yeah, we gotta do that once it's nice out.
I
know we're trying to plan that. It'll be fun once it's like nice out. It's
nice
finally
weather.
getting nice out.
Bring Grant's truck.
Yeah, dude, Grant has a sick truck.
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
It's a big one, but it's a cool big one. It's not only a big one. The inside's actually almost as cool as the outside, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. So
I did spend an hour in there just playing around with all his little trinkets.
And I added
toys.
Added more trinkets to it, and I'm adding even more to it soon.
Yeah, it actually all the seats go down and there's a cannon that comes out of the top.
Totally.
Don't press the button though.
Yeah. Thanks. They have a little one of those seats that shoots up.
Yeah. You can eject your seat.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a nice truck though.
Yeah.
When'd you get it?
Day I turned, or the day I officially got my license, so December of
2019.
Yeah.
And you've been working on it since then, or?
Oh yeah. So came out as it was a stock 2013 F-150 FX4 trim, 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost twin turbo. I know there's a lot of controversy with my truck because it's a V6 and the big thing is like a V8, but it has twin turbo, so it's fast.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. So after that, I had all the plans set up. Instead of my junior year doing Calc 1, I kind of like half-assed that class, and I just invested all my time in
the truck.
looking into parts I can upgrade to my truck. So First thing I did was I added a brush guard to protect my front end. I added a rear bumper guard to protect my rear end. I got fender flares, which have like little Raptor lights to make my Raptor, or my F-150 look like a Raptor, which it isn't. Custom grill that looked like a Raptor as well. And then I Linexed it, which is a bed liner. And it's like a hard material. I Linexed my grill and then the very bottom of my truck, so it has like a rock panel, so it protects from like kick up rocks when I'm off trail. I got new side steps that are heavy gauge steel, so they don't break when I go off road. Then I got my big 6-inch lift on my truck, so my truck sits 6 inches higher now, and I'm running 35-inch tires on it now. So I can have a better approachment angle, so I can go over bigger hills, bigger rocks if I needed to.
Yeah. You do this all yourself?
Yes.
So, I mean, what don't you do? That's my real question. I mean, it seems like you're jack of all trades. I mean.
Yeah, but I don't have a vast social life. Like, go out once a week at most.
Well, you barely have any free time, dude. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Like, you work a lot. I respect that.
Yeah.
Doing what you love doesn't feel like working a day in your life, though.
Yeah, that's true.
With your truck, how'd you learn how to? I mean, that's a lot of stuff. You know, I mean, like I could never just pop my hood or go under my car. I feel like I would definitely screw it up. Like I don't trust myself one bit messing with my car because I feel like I could just screw it up. But how did you? Just I mean, I feel like that's a big thing.
I learned like the basics: changing my oil, spare tire, changing the spark plugs, changing my air filter, cleaning my air filters, and basic stuff with my truck from my dad because he just knew how to do that kind of stuff. But I self-educated myself on the stuff that I wanted to do. So adding the brush guard, adding the 6-inch lift, I taught myself how to do that. And I asked my friend at the fire department who owns a garage himself, I'm like, hey, can I borrow the garage for 2-3 hours? And he let me have him on a Saturday. I did all my lift kit stuff and I didn't have to pay a dime for labor.
Oh, wow.
So are you still working on it? Like what's the...
Oh yeah, I'm never not going to be done working on it.
Yeah? That's sick.
So yesterday I just drilled straight through my roof. Funny, I'm adding a roof rack which have side lights, so when I hook them into my truck I can press a button and they can light up the sides of my truck, and then I'll have a light bar pointing front, and then I'll have in my brush guard I have light cubes for extra auxiliary light, and then I'm upgrading the headlights soon, which is a big deal because they're quite expensive. I'm upgrading from HID to LED.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
HID?
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's sick. I could never do anything like that. Like I could never just hop under my car and I could never change my own oil. I mean, I could learn how to, but I could never just do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Gas probably cost a lot though for that beast, right?
Yeah. So right now, I used to get like 15-16 miles per gallon, but whenever you change your suspension, if you raise the truck like that, you're changing your axles, your differentials, your entire geometry of your truck is shifting, and your drive shaft is, instead of here, it's here. So it's at an angle which decreases its efficiency and power. So I'm down to pretty sure 12.4 miles per gallon, but luckily I'm getting a tune on my truck which changes the electronics to the truck so I can get at least 2 more miles to gallon, which will help a little bit, but it's a truck.
Yeah, I mean...
If you're wanting to get 20 miles per gallon out of it...
It's going to be tough.
Get a Prius.
Yeah, for real.
You're not going to be able to... Will you be able to take that up to Penn State?
I don't know their rules on summer session to take it up to state.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if they allow it, but obviously freshmen, when it goes fall freshman, you're not allowed to have it up there. But I'm trying to get. My sister has an apartment up there because my one sister still goes there for state, and she'll be up there. I was thinking she has a visitor parking pass at her apartment, and I could just keep it there,
That could be
and then I
clutch.
could just take a caddy bus up to her apartment, and then I'll have the truck for if I want to go overlanding for the weekend and then come back.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, dude, your truck's sick, and I love how you're gonna keep working on it because
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. And the whole light thing sounds sick.
Yeah.
You have to show me, dude. That sounds
Blinded by the lights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Any closing remarks? Anything else we gotta talk about? Put you on the
Anything?
spot here.
Got nothing else.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Well, thanks for coming on. We'll definitely have to have you on again, dude. Like, you got super interesting, just future ahead of you. You know what I mean? And just super interesting guy. You're into a lot of cool stuff. So, yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
Of course, anytime.
Thanks to all the listeners for sticking around. We'll see you next episode. Peace.
Sick. That was sick.
That was good.
It's good.
Yo, Eric, what do you have?